Hey everyone, welcome back to ML Works. In this video, we'll be discussing about Spatial Transformer Network, and then we'll also go ahead and implement the same with the help of Pytorch framework. So to understand STN, you have to first start thinking about convolutional neural network, which helps you to recognize objects in an image. But if those objects are rotated or tilted or zoomed in, the CNN network starts confusing and unable to recognize the object. For example, what I mean is, consider you have a handwritten 6 rotated sideways. So it may not look like 6 anymore to the CNN network. Similarly, a cat image which is zoomed in too much or placed in the corner might also confuse the CNN network. Now this is where Spatial Transformer Network comes into picture, because it solves this problem by giving the neural network a small built-in image adjustment tool. So before the CNN tries to recognize the object, the STN learns how to rotate the image correctly, or if you have to zoom in or zoom out into the image, or crop the important region of the image, straighten the tilted object, or shift the objects towards the center for better recognition. So for example, if you see this image where the phi is tilted a bit, once you pass it through STN network, it gets aligned straight such that you can recognize this object perfectly with CNN. This will automatically improve the accuracy of the model when it tries to recognize the object, or this digit in this case. Instead of forcing the CNN to handle every possible angle or size variation, STN automatically fixes the image into a better view. So you can think of it like STN is an automatic camera assistant that adjusts the picture before the main AI looks at it, which is the CNN looks into it. For example, if a digit is tilted, STN will rotate it upright. If the face is too small, the STN will zoom in. If the object is off center, it will recenter it. This improvement is called as geometric invariance, which simply means the model becomes insensitive to position, scale, or rotation changes. So without STN, the CNNs are good at detecting patterns, but they fail to handle the rotation, scaling, perspective changes. But with STN, the network learns how to transform the image itself such that the recognition becomes easier, thus improving the accuracy. Now this is very important when it comes to STN, because you can add STN network into your existing CNN without redesigning the whole model. So you can just plug in into your CNN network and modify or transform the image such that you can improve the accuracy of your model. So now with that understanding, let us jump into our implementation aspect. So for the implementation, first step is to import all the necessary packages. So first we'll be importing Torch, then we'll also import Torch Vision, and we'll be importing Matplotlib for visualization. So let me run this cell, and then once it is executed, first we'll be selecting the device, whether we want to run on CPU or CUDA device, and then we'll be creating our data set. So first we'll download the data set, and then we'll have our train test split, and we'll also apply the transformation on our images. For instance, first we'll be turning our images into tensors, and then we'll be applying some normalization on top of our images, and we'll create a batch size of 64, and we'll be shuffling the data set, and we'll be setting the num workers as 4. Now this is used for creating a data loader for train, and this is the data loader for test. So let me run this. I guess it is taking time to load, so let me just recheck this one, or I'll probably stop this for a moment, interrupt it, restart it, and then load this. Yeah, now this is running. Okay, so this is for setting up the data set, and next let's discuss about how Spatial Transformer Network is set into our CNN. So there are three main components. First is the Localization Network. This is again a CNN which will understand the parameters that needs to be used for transforming the image such that your accuracy is enhanced. That's what this Localization Network tries to do. And this whatever the parameters that are generated here, that will be sent to grid generator. If you notice here, these are the parameters that would be sent to grid generator. In grid generator, we'll be mapping our input pixel to output feature map. So what I mean by that is, consider you have this image, right? So all these different pixels that are present in the original image, so consider the top one of the 5. Okay, this needs to be mapped to this specific pixel in this position. So this will be done with the help of coordinates, by learning the coordinates. So if you notice here, so the grid generator will try to map that input pixel to output pixel. If you see here, the grid generator generates a grid of coordinates in the input image corresponding to each pixel from the output image. So output image is the aligned one. So we want to generate the coordinates for that. That will be mapped with the input image. Then comes our sampler, uses the parameters of the transformation, applies it into the input image. So if you, once that grid is generated, which will be taken from here, and then we'll be taking the input from our, whatever the sample input that we have taken, we'll apply these two and we'll get our transformed image, which is the aligned image. So this will be the whole flow for the STN. It will go to localization network, it will generate the coordinates, and those coordinates will be mapped to the input image to get our updated or transformed output image. So we have executed this one. Now let me run this. And we have discussed this STN. Now let's talk about the neural network itself. So first we create a class net and we import or inherit the properties of nn.module, neural network module, and then we initialize the neural network here. So we have con 2D, and then we have another convolutional 2D, and then we have a dropout linear layer, followed by our localization. So this is the localization network, and this will be connected to fcloc. Okay, so what will happen here, right? It will try to understand the feature map coming from the input image or the feature map itself, and then we'll be generating our 6 parameters. If you notice here, right, we'll be getting 6 parameters at the end. We'll also initialize the weight for these. fcloc has 0 for weight and bias has some identity transformation. Okay, this will be set, and this, all these 3 section, right, it represents your localization and plus the grid generator plus your transformation to updated image. Okay, so that will be done with the help of all these 3. And we'll also have some affine transformation that will be applied as part of this. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if you see here, right, function STN, so first we call localization, and it will run through these 2 convolutional network, max pooling and then ReLU, and then it will be transformed into 10 into 3 cross 3 matrix. That will be sent to this specific fcloc, which is a affine transform. It will generate 3 cross 2 output. Okay, as we can see here. Now that output, right, which is our theta, which is our parameter, it will be turned into 2 cross 3. With the help of this theta.view, we'll be turning that 6 parameters into 2 cross 3. Now with the help of this 2 cross 3, we'll be applying affine grid and we'll be generating our coordinates here. So once that is done, we'll get our grid, and then that grid along with the input image, which is X, will be getting our transformed image. So what I mean right here, this grid and this grid sample, it refers to this section, this grid and this grid sampler. Okay, this is where we'll be getting our updated image or feature map once it has run through STN. And as usual, this is the forward pass for the neural network. First, we'll be sending our input to STN. So we'll directly work with the input image. We won't be working with the feature map. It will be directly taking the input image and applying the STN. It will generate the transformed feature map. And that transformed feature map will be sent to the neural network. And then we'll finally get our log probabilities for 10 classes. And at the end, what we do is we make a call to our neural network and assign it to the device, which is GPU. So let me run this. Now comes our optimization. So we'll be using STD, and then we'll be passing all the parameters, and this is our learning rate. And then comes our train function. We'll be running model.train, iterate through the train loader, and then we'll be updating our parameters here, and then we'll be just printing out the epochs and the loss values. And then we'll also have a function for test where we'll be just doing the forward pass, and then we'll test the model after certain epochs and print out the results. So we'll also notice what is the test loss as we are training the model. And here we have, okay, let me run this first. And then we have our convert image numpy. So convert a tensor to numpy image. So this is the function for that. And then to visualize STN, so what we do is we run the model in no grad format, meaning we won't be updating the parameters, and we'll be running through the test loader, and we'll be iterating through the data and getting the transformed input tensor, and we'll be making grid, and we'll be turning it into numpy, and this is the input grid, this is the output grid. So what it means is input grid is nothing but our original image, and this is the transformed input tensor, which is after passing through STN. So we are passing through STN, we get transformed input tensor, which we output it as part of output grid, and we'll be plotting that here. And this is for epoch in range of 1 to 21, and train epoch and test, then we visualize STN, then we plot. So let me run this. This may take a little bit of a time because it has to train and it has to generate the results. So for first epoch, it is 60,000, 2.31, 32,000 and 0.90, and then test is average loss 0.289. So we just notice the test set average loss. So here 0.289, 0.13, 0.09, 0.08. So it is continuously decreasing. And if you look at the accuracy, we have 91.70, then we have 96.12, 96.88, 97.38, and then we have 97.74. So let's wait for the execution to happen, then we'll come and look at the transformation from original input image to transformed image. So if you notice here, as we move up, so we start off with 97% accuracy, 92% accuracy. We start off with 92%, then we move to 96, 97, and then slowly we move towards 99%, I guess here. And then we finally end up with 99%, 98.81% after 20 epochs. So now we can look at the transformed images. So once we are able to see the improvement in accuracy, we can also look into what are the changes that have happened into the original data set. So this is the original data set, and after it goes through STN network, this is the grid of those digits. So if you notice specifically certain images, for instance in the specific one, it is much more aligned now, and similarly other digits also. For example, this 4 is also much more aligned better in the transformed images. So if you have some images where your object is rotated or zoomed in by STN, we can modify that object such that it improves the accuracy. So that's the whole point of STN. And we have understood how to train a model with STN. We just have to add our STN network, this one localization network, followed by this regressor where we create our 6 parameters, and we initialize the parameter here. Initially we have weights as 0 and bias as this identity matrix or vector, and then we first send our model through this STN function, and we generate our transformation or the grid that we want to map our input pixel to output pixel or feature map. So that's how we want to train our neural network to apply image transformation while it is getting trained. So with that, I'll be concluding this video. Thank you for watching.